Hi everyone, it's Sari. So Haley and I recently recorded this podcast talking about a wardrobe planning technique that she sometimes uses called the Rule of Three Outfits. And it was inspired by an article in Seamwork magazine a while back called Pinpoint Your Style While Minimizing Your Stash by Michelle Calistro Brown. And in that article, Michelle wrote about a technique to plan your sewing, and I'm just going to read a quote just directly from the article for you. So she says, whatever you're making, write down 3 outfits you can construct with that piece. 3 outfits, that's it. If you do this exercise for every single piece you make, over time, you'll end up with a circular wardrobe of clothes that all complement each other. So in this discussion, Haley's going to share the 4 steps that she uses to plan using this rule. And I hope you enjoy it and get some use out of it. And if you try using a process like this, be sure to let us know in the comments. All right, enjoy. Why don't you walk us through the steps that you went through and maybe just kind of give us an outline of how you might go about this if you wanted to try it out.
Yeah, definitely. So the first step is you want to pick a pattern that you really want to make. For me, I find it particularly exciting and inspiring to pick a statement piece, but you don't need to. It could be a wardrobe basic as well. So pick the pattern you want to make. Think about the pattern itself, the silhouette, all of that stuff. Also consider fabric, the season you're going to wear it. That's going to help you have more information for when you start kind of building your outfits. Number 2, you want to make a list of your preferences and considerations. So maybe this pink pair of pants, I know that I'm going to want to wear into the office, but also have some more like relaxed outfits that I'd want to wear on the weekend. Maybe if I went to like the nursery to go pick up some plants or go grab a cup of coffee. So make these kind of preferences, and what do those things mean for you? So if I want to wear it on the weekends, it needs to like, you know, have some like lightweight, breathable, layerable options for when I'm going kind of indoors, outdoors. Really like dive into that kind of stuff because it's going to help you create more practical outfits and not just things that like seem really amazing and cool in a dream world. And then draw these outfits. Like I mentioned earlier, you don't necessarily need to draw if drawing doesn't bring you joy. You could mentally list them. You can get out your notebook and just create a little list. But for me, drawing helps me to envision proportion and color a little bit better. You could also probably do this with a tool like Pinterest, just like kind of compiling inspiration as well if you want kind of a happy medium between the two. And then as a bonus, you can repeat these 3 steps with a second pattern. So let's say I built 3 outfits around these pink pants, and through those outfits I found, you know what, I really want to make like a linen jacket as well. Then make 3 outfits around this linen jacket, and you're going to start to find that you have this very circular mini collection, and this whole process can be kind of copy and pasted continuously to start honing in your personal style and creating a wardrobe that's super cohesive. I just think that it's a really great, simple tool for people who are interested in wardrobe planning, but need something a little bit more lightweight for their lifestyle or mental capacity in that moment.
Yeah, I was just thinking that the free planner that we have would be really helpful for this because you could we have pages in there that have, you know, the space for you to kind of design a whole look, a whole outfit where you can write some notes about it. So if you want to check that out, we'll put a link to that in the show notes too. It's totally free for you to download.
Yeah, I think another tool that really helped me when I was doing this personally was using the My Body Model Croquis. If for those of you who aren't familiar, My Body Model is a super cool company. You go on their website. It's really, really fun to do. And you input a bunch of really comprehensive measurements taken directly from your body, and it takes all of that, does some kind of magic, and spits out a croquis that looks like you. And I think this is really cool when you're playing with proportion and trying to build outfits. It's one thing to kind of imagine it, it's a totally different thing to see those proportions on your actual body so you can build.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really subscribe to like flattering, unflattering. I think you just like do you, wear what you want to wear, but see if it feels good to you, if those proportions are proportions that make you feel really good. Because I was finding like, oh yeah, with this particular pair of pants, I think that I'm really gonna mostly want to wear things that are a more cropped length, that are like, kind of navel length tops with this, and longer
Mm-hmm.
outer layers. It just really helped me to nail down those nitty gritty details. So um, I was like buying enough fabric and I was going into these projects with a really concrete plan already.
Yeah. Yeah. Another thing that I've done for the croquis is before my body model
Hmm.
was around is just to trace a picture of myself. So
Hmm.
just you could just take a picture of yourself with your phone or whatever on a plain background, print it out, and then just trace the outline
Hmm.
just to kind of get an idea of your proportions and then draw on that. It was an idea that was actually I included it in the Colette Sewing Handbook years ago. And I think that's been really helpful too because I have a short waist, so I don't really my proportions are not like a typical croquis that you
Hmm.
would just find on the internet or whatever. Those are usually like fashion model croquis that look nothing like any human really.
Yeah.
But um, I found that really helpful just to kind of get an idea and recognize what makes me feel more comfortable and what makes me feel like less. It doesn't really feel like me, you know.
Yeah, and I think that's what this whole process is really about, is really reflecting on how you're going to wear something, what's going to make you comfortable, what's going to work for you and your lifestyle, and really connecting all of those dots together.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Well, thank you for that, Haley. So just to recap, the steps that Haley just went through are to pick a pattern that you really want to make, and then make a list of whatever your preferences and your own personal considerations are as you're starting this process, and then draw 3 outfits, or you could use Pinterest or make little mini mood boards or however you want to do it, but just kind of create your concepts for these 3 outfits to build around your pattern of choice. And then if you want, as a bonus, you can repeat the process with another pattern, and then you have kind of like a little mini collection, and you can kind of just continue building your wardrobe from there. I think this process is so cool because it's so simple and so easy and lightweight and doesn't require a lot of like really time intensive work in order to create something that you're actually going to wear and get a lot of use out
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.